Live from Sweet Swine County, where every day is sweet, it's Split Hoof Tonight with Billy Gates and the Broken Windows Band. Hi, I'm Earl Silo, and now let's welcome Sweet Swine's one and only, Cousin John.
Hey, thanks, folks. Welcome back to another great installment of Split Hoof Tonight. Hey, Earl, I was just reading, heard about this little deal. Our infamous president, he's out there on vacation again out in the Hamptons.
Sure.
He's driving down the road in the motorcade. He sees a cute little girl outside with a little sign that says free kittens. So he tells everybody to pull over and stop. And he stops there, and cute little girl, and she's got these just tiny little kittens, He goes, oh, those are cute. He says, how old are they? She goes, oh, they're really young. Their eyes aren't even open yet. Did you want one? He goes, well, what kind of kittens are they? And she goes, well, they're Democrat kittens. So not being one to waste a good crisis or a photo opportunity, he says, I tell you what, I'll come back tomorrow and get a kitten from you. So the next day, the big motorcade comes down the street, and all the press is there. You got CNN, MSNBC, and NBC, and CBS, and they're all there. And everybody's crowding around the little girl, and Obama goes, oh, those are cute little kittens. She goes, yeah, you want one? Oh, what kind of kittens are they? He says, they're Republican kittens. He said, well, yesterday you told me they were Democrat kittens. And she goes, yeah, but today their eyes are open. Okay, anyway. Funny one happened. The old boys over there at Edie's.
Oh, yeah.
They were getting ready. They wanted to go out and go deer hunting this next fall. So they decided to go out and plant one of those food plots, so they can kind of get the deer to come in.
Sure.
You go out there in the woods and you kind of scratch around the dirt. You throw some ryegrass and some other stuff down. It's kind of good for the deer, and they come and they eat it. Makes their antlers grow. So these two old boys are walking out along the lake there, and they come up. Here's a hole in the ground. The old boy says, I don't believe I ever seen that hole before. Guy says, I don't think I have either. He says, man, it looks deep. Grab that stick there and throw it down in the hole. So he grabs the stick and throws it down the hole. Then listen. Nothing. Well, there's something bigger. Grab that stump. Throw that down the hole. Throw the stump down the hole. They're listening. Nothing. Grabs this big rock. Drops it in the hole. Nothing. The other old boy, he's wandering around over there in dirt. He goes, hey, look here. Here's about 6 foot of railroad track. You grab one end, I'll grab the other end, and we'll throw that down the hole. We'll hear that when it hits the bottom.
Sure.
So they each got a hold of it, grabbed onto it, threw it down the hole, and they're listening. About 4 seconds later, this big old red goat comes zooming by and jumps in the hole. And they're scratching their head. About that time, another old boy comes walking out of the woods over there and says, say, boys, did you see my old big red goat? Well, yeah, he just jumped down that hole. So that's strange. I had him tied to a 6 foot chunk of railroad. Anyway, folks, we got a great show. Got some great guests for you tonight. First, we're going to go out and see a couple things that are going on outside Sweet Swine County. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Charles Kornralt, and you probably know me from the TV show Tuesday Afternoon. Well, enough about me. Join my fellow celebrities as we take a look at small-town living at its best. In the county of Martin, the town of Fairmont, Minnesota, you will find Our Story Productions. In 2007, Jeff and Denise Rouse had a goal to produce a television program that would highlight the businesses, organizations, events, and people of their community. After hiring a local production company and recruiting friends and community members to volunteer, they began one of the most unique programs on TV. Because of their unique and, dare we say, corny programming, the show gained popularity. With their popularity, other communities began to contact them to see if they could become part of the Our Story family. New programs were added, additional volunteers were recruited. The Our Story team discovered some of the best stories were coming out of some of the smallest towns. So the decision was made to feature as many of the small towns as possible, no matter how small. They believe that every town has a story, and they all need to be told. Today, with staff that included over 60 volunteers, the television show Our Story, Small Town Living at Its Best, spotlights over 225 small communities in 4 states and has told over 1,500 stories about the communities in the upper Midwest. Each show is aired in over 1 million households on cable television, as well as on their website, YouTube, and Facebook, and yes, even Pinterest. Our Story Productions continues to receive requests to join Our Story family and welcomes communities to email them to have their businesses, organizations, events, or people featured. Our Story Productions is proud to be sharing the lifestyle that we share in the small towns of the Upper Midwest, for it's not just the past, but the present that becomes our story.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Glad to have you back. Hey, Earl. Earl, what are you doing? Come on, we got a show to do.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I got to show you this because it's so interesting. I was rooting around out there on the interweb.
Okay.
And
Well, I see you got yourself a new portable there.
oh, no, I had to borrow this one because the one I got at Clem's Feed Store.
Yeah.
With the two-wheeler, he even
Yeah.
threw in on it.
That's about
That
600 pounds, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't
Hard to get it up the steps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, I had to borrow this one, but I got to show you what I found. And I found this place called Pinterest. You ever heard of that?
Pinterest. No, I don't believe I have. What is it?
Well, it's neat. It's a website out there, and it's just got all sorts of interesting stuff.
Okay.
I mean, there's everything you could possibly think of. But I found stuff on Sweet Swine County, and it's done by
That's where we live.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
But it's done by the Our Story Productions.
Oh, yeah.
It's their stuff they've got out there. And I mean to tell you, they got all of our shows.
They're the ones that distribute our show.
They are.
Yeah.
Yep. They do. And they distribute it everywhere, But I mean, look at that. There's our show.
There we are, right there.
There's like 270 boards. I think a board's like a page.
Oh,
There's
okay.
like 270.
270 of them.
Yeah. Yep.
So they got all the shows?
Oh, they got all of our shows, and they got all the towns. All the different towns that you and I talk about, all of our neighboring towns outside Sweets.
Yeah.
They're all on here.
So any of them that they've done little features on or whatever, they're all on there too?
Oh yeah, yep. You can just go into Pinterest. You can just go in there and type in that town name, and it'll jump you to that board for that town and everything.
So what you're telling me then is if folks at home want to check out any of these little towns in the Upper Midwest here, they just go to Pinterest, type in the town, and there it is.
Wow, as they say.
Modern technology, what a deal.
Isn't it wonderful? That's as interesting as this here portable laptop. Well, look, I mean, there's Bird Island, and there's one in South Dakota, and there's Comfrey, and there's one in Iowa. They're everywhere.
Good.
And there's Laverne.
Well, Earl, it's bizarre. Our guests tonight are from Luverne. Folks, please join us in welcoming from the Take 16 Brewers in Luverne, we have Dan and Larry. Hey guys, welcome.
Nice, how many people are out there?
There's a bunch of them.
This is the first time Dan and I ever been to Sweet Swine County.
What do you think of us?
Wow, it's kind of big.
Out here at the cabin.
Never knew you were here.
Yeah, out here at the cabin on Moose Knuckle Point here in Swine Lake. So I'm just trying to figure out, so you're brewing beer in Luverne, Minnesota.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
How did that get going?
Well, we have these morning summits
Okay.
where we sit and discuss all the problems of the world.
Oh, they do those over at Edie's sometimes
Well, you
too.
see, we do that in Laverne
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it's not exclusive. So we were sitting there one day and we figured, well, what's missing in Laverne? A brewery.
That'd be one thing, sure.
So
Yeah.
we started the process, and 2 years later,
You're up and running.
Well, we're up and getting going.
So what kind of brewery is it? Is it just, real small scale, bigger scale?
No, we have a couple buildings on Main Street in Laverne, and it's going to be producing a good amount of beer.
So
It's a 30-barrel unit that we've got. And when we do the first batch, it's going to be 960 gallons that we'll have to ferment.
Yeah.
And then we bottle or keg. And I haven't figured out how many bottles or cases because 960 gallons into 12.
Yeah.
And then 24. You're the mathematician.
No,
Yeah. It's a lot of
A
bottles.
lot of cases. So we're...
Yeah. So if you're on Main Street in Laverne, let's see if I know my geography right, then that's Old Highway 16.
that is correct.
That's
where we
very
get
good.
the
Yeah,
Take 16
right there.
So, yeah, folks, if you don't know, Highway 16 is the original mother road, Detroit to Seattle.
Very good.
So you guys at your morning summit, you decide you're going to do this. Well, I mean, how do you bankroll something like this? How did we get going?
Basically, we started talking. The three of us, there was three of us in our summit in this, and what we were trying to accomplish in our summit was something different in our town that would bring people in.
Sure.
You know, an attraction. And basically what we did is we started talking to other people. And all of a sudden people said, hey, I want to be part of that. That's part of history in Luverne.
Yeah.
And
So
it just grew. And we've got a board of seven of us. And right now we're pushing hard. We've got, I believe, 70 investors right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a grassroots thing.
Yeah.
You know, so we decided to, try to do it this way instead of doing the conventional, going to the friendly neighborhood bank and
Well, sure.
putting everybody's, out there on the limb.
Yeah.
Let's do this from the ground up and see what happens.
Well, beer can be a good attraction. That's for sure.
Well,
It can change attractions too. I've seen some people get a lot better looking.
Oh, boy.
Beers. You never know. You talked about you've got a big batch going in. How soon before this, or is it out already? And
we're
available?
we're getting close. We're to that point.
Okay.
Probably
Oh.
sometime in September we should have the first batch out, and it'll be available throughout all of Southwest Minnesota via kegs. So it'll be restaurants and bars and all that, and then shortly thereafter in a bottle form.
So you've got some distribution set up. And
We do.
That's
We do,
great.
yes.
Yeah. So and then eventually we'll hopefully have it in Northwest Iowa and also Southeast South Dakota. We want to have it available within about a 3 to 4 hour radius of Luverne, which is in the extreme southwest corner of Minnesota.
Sure.
So
Well, it keeps it fresh that way.
yeah.
So I know a few things about beer, but tell us, how is beer made? What all goes into it and that
There's
type of
not
stuff.
a lot that actually goes into
into
the
it, no.
core product of beer.
Really?
You got your grains, which is probably wheat or barley, then you got your malt, and then you got your water. That's
And hops,
three, and hops.
Yeah.
But those are your three main ingredients of making beer.
And then,
What we did,
well, then you specialize it. You put
Sure.
different flavored hops in, or different, like honey you might mix into it for a special flavor beer.
Well, no, I know the weedier ones.
Yeah,
are lighter,
exactly.
and
So you
there's
kind of
rye
tweak
ones
it,
that are darker.
and kind of find the right concoction that people tend to like.
So how many are you going to make? Just one beer? Are you going to make different beers or?
we're going to have 4 different beers
Four different
available, and then we're going to have probably 2 seasonal beers throughout the year.
Okay.
And yeah, but we're going to start with our 4 main ones, and we're going to, like Dan said, we're going to be using the keg, and eventually we're going to be having a tap room also.
Sample
And sample.
the product.
Yep.
Try some on.
Yeah.
I'll have to get me one of those lanyards with a little cup around it.
Oh, I just happen to have one.
Oh, those like
There's
that.
beer available.
Yeah.
We got these babies.
They didn't even say taste 16.
Yeah.
That leads us into the other next part of the
Next part of us.
Yeah.
To visit with you.
Okay.
Laverne's having a little beer fest coming up September 20th. Hopefully
can.
that'll be our
Hopefully.
debut for people to sample our product and
Yeah.
a lot of other beer products.
Right now we have 19 breweries that are going to be coming to Luverne on the 20th. They're all bringing about, I believe, 3 different types of beers that they specialize in each of these breweries. We've got them from way out in Spearfish, South Dakota coming.
Oh yeah.
Surly's coming out of Minneapolis. I believe Summit might be coming. I can't remember all the names.
There's a whole host of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
We even have one from Hawaii that's thinking about coming. They're trying to get the product.
Get the coconut beer here.
Kona. Yeah.
Kona beer, yeah.
Yeah, Kona, Kona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun time. We're expecting probably anywhere from 800 to 1,200 people attending the beer fest.
Well, that'll be great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what, about a quarter of the population of the town that
Pretty
will
close.
grow
Yeah,
that much
yeah.
that day.
Some beer, some music,
Yeah.
good times.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Roll out the barrel.
That's kind of a cute little mug you got there, but I see you guys bring some other stuff
What-
along, did you?
We
Whoa, what do we got?
did.
Let's see what we got here.
Okay. Why don't you do it? Do the honors, Dan. I'll hold the glass.
Okay.
Oh boy, folks, they
Now
brought
you
us some
think
beer.
it's just this one bottle. I'll tell you what, guys. We've got beer for the whole audience.
Oh,
all right.
Now listen, there it is again. That just goes to show why this right here is the hottest ticket in town.
And then here you folks
Oh,
go.
thank
There
you.
you go.
Oh no, that's a nice dark beer.
Oh, it is.
What's the name of that one there?
This is our Stormy Jack.
Stormy Jack. I was just looking at that, folks. We've got Country Mile, Stormy Jack, Hayloft, and Kick the Can.
Right.
So how did you come up with those names?
Well, Stormy Jack, can I do that?
Do it.
one?
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Stormy Jack was a pony rider going through Luverne delivering mail. And his name was Stormy Jack. And that's how we came up with the name for that beer.
So it's in
kind of a
honor of him.
stout beer,
Yep.
a little stronger.
Smells
stout.
great.
Yeah.
Yep. Popular profile beer that we've done for the past year and a half is our Kolsch, which it's a cream ale, and it's people love it. So that's probably the biggest one that we've come up with. And then we have Hayloft, which is a Hefeweizen beer.
Okay, yeah.
Hefeweizen.
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 And it's a little sturdier than the Kolsch, but it's not quite up to the stout.
Okay.
And then somebody that really likes a lot of hops in their beer, that's Kick the Can.
Oh, okay. Real hoppy and
Real hoppy, got a lot
spring,
more hop flavor to the
Sure.
beer. So those are our 4 beers that we will launch this fall.
Wow.
4
That is-
different types of beers, all different
That's
tastes.
the smorgasbord of beer right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And
we've
as
got
you
good
probably-
profiles beer that we have coming out later on. And some, when the tap room opens, that you'll only be able to get in the tap room. We'll be doing some samples that, you'll be able to come in and, oh, that's a good one, and kind of give
Well,
us...
yeah, if it gets
it
well
gets enough
received there, then you'll make some more of it.
Exactly.
That's really smart. I like the business idea and the business plan, how things set up, and
And we have a master brewer.
it's not you.
No,
Oh, okay.
Not us.
we consume it.
We just
don't
drink
Oh, you're consumer. That's what the
We
board
wouldn't know
members
what
do.
the
I
person
see.
bought it. But we have a brewer out of South Dakota, and he went to SDSU school in Brookings, and he really couldn't afford it, but he started brewing beer on the patio and selling beer to the rest of the students, and that's how he got his way through college.
I paid his way through college.
Yes, you did. You.
All right.
And then he opened up his own brewery in Brookings, and then with another partner, and then he sold out eventually to the partner and moved to Sioux Falls, and then he got a hold of us because he heard that we were talking about a brewery in Luverne, and he brought us different samples, different types of beer that we could it was exotic beer or whatever you want to do, but this is what we settled on, and he's a fabulous brewer.
So let me ask you this, guys. With your the beer fest that's coming up this fall, is there anything special there available for the amateur brewers?
There is a portion of the event for home brewers. So any home brewers in the area, if they want to come and show off what their talents are, they can get a hold of the Luverne Chamber through the website and come on over and
Get registered.
get registered
That's
and bring
great.
their beer along and let people sample it as well, so they can say, that's not bad, you should have that brewed, on a big time scale.
And
That's
there'll
super.
be there'll be judges there.
And there's money.
There's money there.
Prizes?
Prizes
Oh,
for the
prizes.
home brewers.
yeah.
So,
All right.
even
Yeah.
more incentive.
Well, folks, if you want to know more about, I guess we're going to know more about Take 16 Brewing Company, and if you want to know more about the Rock River
Beer Fest.
Fest, check out the right here down
Yeah,
here.
where it's at?
And if you're a home brewer, get in there and register yourself. You might be the next Sam Adams. Who knows?
It'll be a lot of fun.
That's
It'll
great.
be a lot of fun.
Well, hey guys, thanks for stopping by tonight. It was great to hear about this, and it's just fun to see something grow from that small. I really want to keep an eye on this.
Yeah.
And folks, thanks again for stopping by to our studio audience, and folks, you watching at home. It just goes to show you're either a fan or you lost the remote. It's one of the two. Anyway, folks, another great show tonight. Thanks a lot. Good night, everybody.
Hey, good night.